morning, everybody. It's Linda again, and I am back one more time to share a 6x9 fabric covered hardcover, and it's fabric inside and out with this gorgeous fabric. I have been in the mood the past week or so of transitioning my looks into fall. So I'm looking forward to going to some darker fabrics like this, transitional fabrics, and a little bit darker botanical pages and things like that, and maybe some other new ideas of papers that I'm using inside. And I've been doing a lot of sewing inside and out. And here is, this one is sewn here, and I love this fabric. And you have it's 100% cotton fabric. It has a nice hand to it. Her name is The Curious Naturalist, and she's got 192 pages. And like I said, she's not the Masonite hardcover, but she's got the Dury board in here, and she's got these exposed seam binding, and she's got 5 old-fashioned 3D I don't know what you want to call these back here in the back, and here's the back. And here is the sides and all of the threads. I left all of the threads. I gave a pretty good description of this one on YouTube when I wrote it up yesterday. And here's more threads over here that I left all the threads hanging. And this is another one of my attempts of having an organic all hand sewing focal point on the cover. You have this, this is natural linen that I have fringed all the way around, and then you have more cotton, 100% cotton, these 2 pieces here. Then you have burlap that has been sewn onto the linen, and then you have lace that is sewn onto the burlap. You can see the little zigzag sewing here. And then on top of that, I had the rickrack. And then I sewed these wood buttons on here with this embroidery thread that absolutely matched this cover perfectly. And so that is the front cover. And like I said, it's for the organic, handmade, hand-sewn look, total look. And so let's take a look at her inside. And like I said, she's got 192 pages. And you'll see the same fabric inside. And what I've been doing is using a lot of file folders, recycling these hanging file folders. And I love this color for fall coming up. And I'm making these pocket folders. And I put it on the inside of this one. And then I did I took a day and did nothing but paint, watercolor, a lot of paper, and a lot of these big tags that I've made. And these are out of that watercolor paper, the real heavy watercolor paper. And you'll see one side like this, it has a different texture, and then this is the real smooth side. And then these pockets, I made this pocket goes all the way down, as you can see. And so, I mean, this is a pretty large tag. And then you have the little journaling folder right there, card. And then this came out of a National Geographic Society magazine book. And this was the title of the book, and I scanned it in, and then it was reduced down, and this is my cover page, and this is also the name of the journal. So, and here we go, and this is Artie Mays' the Woodland collection, which I had made a note down there. And I printed out all of her things on this fine linen stationery paper. And then I tea stained the backs and then left them outside and let them dry, and they came out with this beautiful, nice color. I mean, it's just a nice soft color. And then you can see I've sewn all the way around I think I did each beginning page of a signature. And here's a little bit of the burlap and the lace there. And a big band or pocket here. And another tag that was also, all of this has been painted through, I think. That day that I did all of that work on the pages. And a lot of them has double sides. I printed out double sides to give you lining on one page. And then plenty of places. This is really, you'll see the way that this is made up. This is a writing journal, a memory keeping journal for sure. Because of the pockets and everything is not going to get in your way of storing your little ephemera. And this is some tissue paper, and then more of that. I love this fabric. I have spools of it, and it is 2 inches wide, and then you just fray the edges, and then I sewed this button on there and left a little string here from the button, and these are hand painted wood buttons. And then I did a doily here. And this is another one of those hanging file folders. And then I did the zigzags sewing in an orange. Like I said, my colors are changing. I'm going into the greens, the burgundies, the oranges, the browns, and the dark yellow type colors going into transition fall. And so this is another one of those. And then I glued some of my coffee staining paper on the back side. More line paper. A piece of this is thin decoupaging rice paper that I also tea stained that day. This is just a vanilla paper. I did not do anything with that. It was just a nice neutral color. And this is the ledger paper, more coffee staining, tea staining paper. And here again is this burnt orange full-size envelope, which has been sewn all the way around on my machine. And this is a cardstock, but it's a different feeling cardstock. It's more of a real rich, smooth filling. And I left these like this in case you wanted to write on it, decoupage on it, or whatever you're into at the moment that you're at the envelopes. And here's more of the, I'm going to say coffee stain because I'm always used to saying coffee stain, but these are tea stain items. And more of that decoupaging paper. Love that. And it came out beautiful on that linen paper. And I'll just keep pointing it out, but more sewing, as you see, coming through. And a pocket here with this little vintage looking journaling folder. Rickrack. This is a hinged that is out of one of my old books of woodland flowers, and this is the size of the book, and I just hinged it together, and it has places for you to write on the back. It was that way in the book, and you'll see another side of it coming up. Some more of that fabric. This is a different brown fabric in the green rickrack, and another hand-painted button, wood button that was sewn with the thread. And I just hinged this envelope that went through the same tea dyeing process. Now this one was painted. You can see the differences in the colors of my watercolors and my tea or coffee staining. You know, I'm always conscious to give you plenty of writing spaces, that I don't want to take up all of your space with my stuff. And again, this is one of those envelopes. It's just in a different color. It's been sewn all the way around. All these threads are still hanging down. And you can write on it, or you can, you know, naturally keep something in here, or you can decoupage on it. Another little decorated pocket with some lace and some burlap. Nothing says fall to me like burlap does. I just wanted to throw that in there. I'm looking anxiously to fall. Not winter, but fall. But here in Kentucky, in Louisville, we just jump right from summer to winter. There's really no fall here. Then this pretty piece of lace with some more rickrack. And here is the other hinged part of the other book page. And this is part of my watercolor paper. Again, the heavy white stock that you can choose what you might want to do with it. More sewing all the way around. More. And I love the feel of this linen paper. This beautiful orange, burnt orange. Here you can see the tea staining that I dropped in some metallic paint, and it came out like this. It's just beautiful. It shines whenever you move it around. Another one of those hand painted buttons that are sewn on. I just clipped this here. This was meant to be a tuck spot, but I guess I didn't do it right. And then it has the rickrack. This is that real heavy canvas fabric, 100% cotton canvas that I fringed up. And again, you can see the different colors in my watercolor painting. And here's another one of those book pages from that flower book. And then it says June here, and then you can write on it on the back. A tag that I just clipped to the page with some rickrack. Love this color. Did a lot of double siding, another hinged folder of that, the book page. I cut out some of that hanging folder and hinged it to it. Another big tag. But as you're watching the pages turn, you can see I did a lot of the double-side printing like this, you know, throughout. But I was very conscious to leave a lot of, you know, blank pages like this throughout for you to decide. You know, I've seen that people like to write on an angle, or they like to glue stuff and then write some stuff. So making sure that you have plenty of room for all of that. Another one of those hanging folders. Another pocket with this beautiful mushroom on there that's been sewn all the way around. Another one of these hand sewn, decorated, I don't know what do you want to call it, little strips of fabrics, and then the hand painted buttons, wood buttons. Like I said, she's got 192 pages, so almost 200, counting the fronts and the backs. We do not count the envelopes as pages, those big envelopes. You had 5 envelopes, and then you have more of this in the burlap and the lace pocket. And then the back is just a mirror image of the front with the big tag that goes all the way through. And then here is the back. And so 6 by 9, and I don't know whether you can really see, where are you? Here, nope. All these strings hanging everywhere. Here is a good, but you can cut them if you don't like them. And I hope you enjoyed the video. If you haven't done so yet, please subscribe down below. I'm really trying to, I keep saying it, I keep talking about it, build up my subscribers. I guess YouTube judges you how many subscribers that you've got, where your videos are placed and things like that. Whether they are served up for other people to watch. It all depends on your subscribers, and that's where I'm trying to get mine to a certain point. And then I'm going to have a giveaway, a drawing for one of my journals. And so just click on down there, subscribe, and you can watch any of my videos at your leisure. You can go to my channel there and then look up my videos, and there's a whole list of them, and you can see what type of journals that you're interested in watching. Now, I do not do any of the tutorials. You've got so many wonderful people out there doing tutorials day in and day out. And they're one of the ones, they're a group that, like I talked about one day, maybe several weeks ago, is they're entertainers. They love to do, you know, talk. We're talking to you through this camera is a very difficult thing for me to do. Putting myself out here for you to judge my work is a very difficult thing for me to do. But these people that are doing all of those wonderful tutorials on how to do certain things, there's no reason for me to get into that competition, I don't think. So that's why I do not do tutorials. I have received several emails about when will I start doing tutorials, and can I show people how I do this or do that. The YouTube is loaded with videos on those subjects. So I enjoy doing this. I enjoy creating. I enjoy making all of these fabulous journals, and I enjoy when I read the reviews of whenever somebody purchases one of my journals and how they just love it and they talk about it. My Etsy shop has a 5-star rating across the board, and people that purchase my journals really, really, really love them, and a lot of them are amazed at the work that goes into these. And I mean, it's not something that you do for the money. It's something that you do because you love it. And you better love it, because it's one of the most expensive hobbies I think there are passions that you can have. But anyway, I'll get off my soapbox. That's it. You have a wonderful day, and I will see you guys another day. Thanks a bunch. Bye-bye.